Good morning. We ethics consultants are here today to bring forth our opinions to you, the Board of Directors of Boohoo, on the matter of ethics and sustainability within your company. Firstly, it is known that you did not fully consider the safety of your employees regarding the COVID situation in Leicester, which had one of the highest infection rates of the virus at the time. The Sunday Times reported your employees working without masks, as well as the factory being in a poor condition for work. We understand that you are a utilitarian brand that aims to sell cheap clothes to a young target market. However, the production of these items are intolerable at this day and age. This brings me on to my next point regarding sustainability. Claiming to have gone paperless with returns is not a big enough effort from a large and impactful company concerning the future of our planet. The majority of your products are made from polyester and use dyes that are harmful to the environment. If you just made the effort to use recycled polyester and natural dyes, the world would be a much improved place. According to MPs, the fast fashion industry is responsible for 1.2 billion tonnes of carbon emissions, microplastic pollution, and landfill waste per year due to overproduction and overconsumption.
These past few years have been absolutely remarkable for Boohoo. However, I would argue that today the future of the firm is at stake. Companies in today's world are held up to a relatively high ethical standard, and according to research, the very same action taken by a company will be perceived as much more morally wrong than if it were taken by an individual. And in the real world, we have seen countless examples of just how costly reputational damages can be, like with the United Airlines scandal from 2017, where they lost as much as $1 billion in market value. Following the news about COVID working conditions in our factory, a large part of the UK population looked at the issue from a very categorical perspective. And while the situation may not be necessarily illegal, it is certainly perceived as unacceptable not only by employees, but also the general public. For Boohoo to build long-term wealth and prosperity, focusing on keeping the workers satisfied is just one of the many ways to ensure sustained growth. This would allow you not only to avoid another scandal, but also to increase employee retention, and my colleagues will expand on how to achieve that goal in a minute.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, consumers' interests have shifted from a utilitarian perspective of maximizing their utility through low prices to now considering how companies like Boohoo affect the wider environment and future generations. Euromonitor International argues one global consumer trend in 2021 is consumers taking a great interest into companies like Boohoo and their actions during lockdown. Consumers engage with businesses whose top priority is their employee safety and well-being, and businesses who facilitate more protective measures like flexibility in the workplace. The pandemic has resulted in consumers being aware of the social and environmental issues we face today and want to reward businesses whose values align with theirs. Consumers want to lead more sustainable lifestyles and believe Boohoo can profit from this through a new purpose-driven movement which will attract more customers and build their reputation as a brand that continues to listen to their consumers' needs. Therefore, consumers' changing needs has become a permanent consumer demand, where they seek to consume goods from Boohoo as they satisfy all stakeholders' interests, recognize the growing concern over the environment, and prioritize people over profit.
Okay, so the first solution that we would like to suggest is improving the working conditions of your employees. Happier, better paid workers will put more effort into their jobs because they now have more to lose if they were to become redundant. This will lead to employees being more productive and lead to lower employee turnover, and the company will reduce overall training costs as a result.
As Matt previously mentioned, this will also mitigate reputational damages. After the scandal, Boohoo lost 16% in value, and so by showing that Boohoo values its employees through improved working conditions, it can reassure its shareholders. Shareholders who intend on holding stock have been increasingly involved in sustainable investments because it captures long-term value. To cultivate a positive relationship and improve financial performance, you should not only consider short-term returns, but understand that investors internalize your commitment to ethics and sustainability. For example, you could use a materiality matrix to prioritize sustainability issues that concern shareholders.
We recommend you to start tackling your garment's life cycle by sourcing from local sustainable suppliers to reduce energy and transportation costs while limiting your carbon footprint. Using materials such as recycled polyester is more environmentally friendly compared to newly made synthetics that contribute to microplastic pollution, and cotton that leads to immense water and pesticide use. Closer proximity to suppliers will also allow you to better monitor your supply chain. Another suggestion is switching from plastic to biodegradable or compostable packaging, which reduces pollution and signifies to your customers of your commitment to sustainability. Lastly, you should extend the 5-week life cycle of your garments by using better quality materials, which will also increase the durability and longevity of your clothing. Acting on your ethics of duty will bolster your value chain and lower costs in terms of energy, material, waste management, and also enhance customer satisfaction and long-term revenues. These changes should be enforced within your culture and leadership, where you redirect your approach and start being explicit with your stakeholders. This also means engaging in discourse and being attentive to all stakeholders involved so you can incorporate diverse opinions and make your brand the best it could be.